Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Nitty Gritty to Balance podcast. I'm your host, Abigail, and joining us each episode is my mom, Stacy, a holistic health coach and intuitive. Each week, we discuss topics through the lens of her work and subspecialties to bring to light the balance in the everyday. So with that, let's bring in the brains behind the balance and get this episode started. The body that forgot it was alive. You wake up, but your body doesn't. You touch your phone before you touch your own skin. You eat, but forget to taste. You smile, but forget to feel. Somewhere deep inside, the body is whispering, I miss you. But the mind is already busy, the calendar already full. So the whisper goes unanswered, and the body keeps walking.
It's a reflection of a world we are already living in. Many of us are moving through life on autopilot, reacting instead of creating, thinking thoughts planted by someone else, losing our unique resonance to the background hum of programming. Today, we're going to explore what we call the silent zombie era. Not a world of the undead, but a world of disconnection and loss of self. This silent zombie symbolizes a loss of meaning, embodying vacancy in modern life, which fits this decade's sense of directionlessness. This isn't about monsters, not about undead horror, but something quieter and more dangerous, the slow drift away from our own presence.
The points in today's episode draw on observable phenomena and aim to provoke thought about the state of society we already live in.
And just as importantly, we will balance each point with how you, the individual, can wake up from it all. The physical zombie. Number 1, disembodiment as default, attention malnutrition. Most people live neck up, navigating the world from their thoughts, barely aware of how their body feels until pain or fatigue forces attention.
Number 2, chronic shallow breathing. Breath, the most vital indicator of life, is often constrained, barely entering the diaphragm. We survive with sips of life instead of full nourishment.
Number 3, numb movement patterns. Physical routine becomes mechanical. Wake, sit, type, scroll, sleep. There's no diversity, no play, no vitality. Just repetition without awareness.
Number 4, loss of individual agency. Blaming others, outsourcing innate knowing. Your problems are because of others' behavior. Numbed individuals.
Number 5, overconsumption. Food, digital content, material objects, alcohol, and medication.
Here's food for thought. Where are you on autopilot? Habit, belief, repetition, unquestioned momentum?
Where am I alive? Curiosity, courage, kindness, inner trust? Let's center all of this with the breath. So sitting or standing, place one hand over your belly, the other over your heart, eyes open or closed. Inhale slowly into your belly for a count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold for 2. Exhale for 6 through soft lips. As you breathe, gently press your palms into your body and feel the realness of you. Hear, feel, sense. Be present.
The mind that runs without you. You wake up and check your phone, not because you choose to, but because your hand got there before your mind did. Your thoughts start talking before you've had a chance to listen. You're late. You forgot. You should. You can't. You scroll, but you're not reading. You're scanning, hunting for the next thing to react to, agree with, or silently rage against. At work, you nod, not because you understand, but because that's the expected response. You say good when someone asks how you are without checking first. At night, you lie in bed exhausted, but your mind is still scrolling. Not the screen, but your thoughts on autoplay. And somewhere in the middle of all that noise, the original thinker, you, has gone very, very quiet.
The silent thinker, the one where we stop living from our own true self and start running on loops written by someone else. Presence replaced by programming. This creates society of passive consumers, detached from reality, mirroring zombies' unthinking behavior, lack of motivation other than to self-serve. The good news? Loops can be broken. The play can be rewritten. Even the smallest motion done with attention begins to dissolve the zombie glaze from the mind. The mental zombie loop. Number 1, autopilot thinking. Constant loop thoughts. I should, I can't, what if, that run like background apps, draining energy without intention. Plug in, not unplug.
Number 2, identity. Beliefs, opinions, and desires are shaped by external sources, news, social media, culture, not introspection. The mind becomes a hall of mirrors, reflecting others' truths. What we feed our attention shapes our perception.
Number 3, reactive perception. Instead of responding, we react instantly, often defensively, because there's no pause between trigger and action.
Number 4, mental multitasking addiction. Doing 5 things at once feels productive, but it fragments awareness. The mind is in motion, but never in place. Whole attention looks like slowness, silence, and one true task.
The return to the original thinker. You are not the noise, you are the silence beneath it.
You are not the thought, you are the vessel in which the thought arises.
Let's center all of this with the breath to clear the noise. Eyes open or closed. Inhale slowly. As you exhale, imagine the noise softening. In the silence, whisper inwardly, I get to choose my thoughts. If I pause with one breath, the thoughts can change. Sit in that silence. Breathe there. Change the mental load.
The heart that learned to go quiet. There was a time when you cried without shame, a time when you laughed and didn't check if it was too loud. But over time, it got quieter. You learned which emotions were too much. You learned how to smile when you weren't okay. You learned how to say, I'm fine, because it was faster than explaining the truth. Now, when someone asks how you're feeling, you pause. Not because you're reflecting, but because you honestly don't know anymore.
Internal numbness is often a learned survival mechanism, not a flaw. The zombie heart, emotional disconnection. Number 1, delayed emotional recognition. You feel something, but it may take hours or days to name it, like trying to recall a dream you just awoke from.
Number 2, compartmentalization fatigue. You keep emotions tucked away to function, but the hidden backlog becomes heavy and eventually it leaks. Numbness. You either feel too much from others and shut down, or feel nothing at all, unable to connect meaningfully. We are praised for pushing through rather than pausing to feel. Achievement is rewarded. Stillness and tears are seen as weakness, so the heart goes quiet to keep up.
Number 3, fear of feeling fully. Somewhere inside there's a belief, if I really feel this, I'll fall apart. So emotions are kept at a distance, unprocessed. Society labels some emotions as positive, happiness, gratitude, and others as negative, grief, anger, sadness. This trains us to suppress half our spectrum to appear stable or likable.
Number 4, performative connectivity. Social media encourages curated vulnerability, emotions shared for validation, not transformation. This replaces authentic feeling with rehearsed expression and detaches us from our inner reality.
Number 5, shame conditioning around need. Society teaches that needing support, comfort, or emotional rest is needy or too much. Over time, the heart learns to self-isolate, believing it must heal alone or not at all.
The soft return to feeling. Your emotions are not a problem. They are the language of your aliveness.
They are not storms to survive. They are guides, asking to only be heard, felt, understood. Let's center this with listening to the heart. With your eyes open or closed, ask yourself, what do I not let myself feel? Anger, grief, calm, bitterness, peace? Whisper that. Acknowledge that part of you. Inhale and say inwardly, it's okay to feel this. Exhale and say, this is me feeling. Repeat once more, letting the breath carry the feeling without judgment. It's okay to feel this. This is me feeling.
The soul that fell asleep with its eyes open. You go throughout your day, you complete your tasks, you talk to people, smile, work, respond, and yet, beneath it all, there's an ache you can't quite name. Not sadness, not fear, more like hollowness. A quiet echo that asks, is this it? You buy something new, you change your routine, you book the retreat, and still, it follows you. This question, this ache, this sense that you've wandered far from your true self.
Disconnection doesn't feel loud, it feels empty. The soul's silence is not always pain. The truth is, the soul just stops singing, and this silence feels like you're just surviving. The numb soul, spiritual disconnection. Number 1, existential numbness. You're not in crisis, but you also don't feel deep meaning. Days blur, events happen, but nothing pierces with joy.
Number 2, spiritual bypassing or avoidance. You may intellectually believe in something greater. You may allow society to give you direction. It's more of a concept than an inner knowing, an idea floating, not an embodied relationship.
Number 3, loss of inner guidance. You struggle to sense intuition or trust that quiet voice within. Decisions feel anxious or overly logical, lacking resonance.
Number 4, over-identification with roles or goals. Identity is fused with achievement, titles, caregiving, or external purpose. Without those, you feel lost, untethered, unsure of your why or purpose.
Returning to the song of the soul. Your true self has not left you. It is waiting beneath the noise, the roles, the fear to be remembered.
You don't need to climb a mountain to find it. You only need to sit still long enough to hear it again.
Let's center this with stillness. Sit in silence with your eyes open or closed. Place one hand gently over your heart, one over your belly. Whisper to yourself, I am here. Take a breath in. Imagine a subtle hum in the background of your being. Don't try to hear it, just let it find you. Sit in that resonance. No expectation. Just be present. Whisper again, I am here.
Many have prepared for the day the world breaks into chaos with bunkers, storage, weapons, communities, bug-out bags, backup plans, generators, solar, or land.
Imagine if we all started to shift this silent zombie era reality by preparing the individual self in emotional resilience, reflection, self-responsibility, creativity, movement, kindness, individual thought, joy, curiosity, and body, mind, soul, and heart nourishment. This individual attention ripples out into the collective without even putting focus there.
The balance is presence.
Be present. With each point today, the key was to bring you back to your awareness with the breath. Hopefully you all noticed how centering, grounding, and how more true you felt, more clear. The breath is powerful in resetting you to the present moment for wiser choices. When the individual is cared for, humanity is cared for.
Comment on our socials and let's inspire good conversation, community, thinking, and potentially a more cohesive way forward. Not all is bleak. Human resilience and innovation persists. You, the individual, is never gone. You're just silently waiting to be remembered and embodied.
Thank you for listening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this little different take on our podcast today. And hopefully it sparked some deeper thinking in how you as the individual and how the collective moves through their day.
But in classic NGB fashion, we still have pulled an oracle card to leave our listeners with a final message and something a little extra to ponder on. So we've pulled from our Endless Oracle deck. A really great deck, but not one that we pull from often. But our card today is the Mountain.
Oh.
This deck has a book, so we'll read what the mountain is symbolizing for us today. And it symbolizes an uphill climb or ascension for challenges, obstacles, and overcoming. There are many mountains in the Endless Oracle, but this one towers above them all. A daunting challenge lies before you, but not one without purpose. Though the mountain represents an uphill climb, it is one that might be thought of as an ascension towards something greater. Success never comes without struggle. At times the path may be easy to walk, but we will never be able to continue moving forward if we do not face our challenges head on. Take a moment to consider what you have to gain by addressing obstacles. Is the struggle you face something trivial that you can simply walk around? What do you have to gain by addressing intimidating challenges, and what will you lose by avoiding them?
Wow. Very fitting.
Very fitting.
Yeah.
Especially with the piece in there of saying you do not have to climb a mountain to see it.
Yeah. I think something that we definitely all need to take to heart and really ponder on.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I think we as individuals and the collective do have a mountain to climb.
And that success never comes without struggle.
Yeah, you got to see where you've been to where you are now and to appreciate the climb.
This is a beautiful episode. I hope it resonates with our listeners. It's a different vibe from what we typically do.
Yeah.
But one that felt really important for both of us.
It did.
Something that we wanted to share. Our perspective, but in a story.
Yeah.
So thank you everyone for listening to today's episode. Please do let us know in the comments how today sat with you.
Yeah. Let us know what you thought about it. And like we said, comment on the journey forward.
Mm-hmm.
And let's spark some good
conversation.
Thoughtful, loving conversation.
Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning into today. And until next time,
be balanced.
Be well. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you for listening. This episode is for educational purposes only. The information is not intended to give medical advice or therapy. Please consult with a licensed healthcare provider before making any changes to your health regimen. Also know that you are responsible for your life choices and circumstances. Until next time,
be well
and be balanced. Bye.
Bye.